And it says we're live. Of course, it's Thursday night. Give me a moment here, guys. You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get things set up as people filter in here, and then we'll kick things off. I'll let you know what we're going to be covering tonight. A couple of QC issues, some reveals, a few things coming, a couple of channel updates. That might be about it. I have the schedule down right there, so we'll get to it. Just bear with me a few moments here. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I hope that you're having an excellent Thursday heading into the weekend. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I'm getting things set up here nicely for you lads and lasses, I suppose, as the case may be. I think we're almost ready to go here. We are, except I gotta get the schedule, baby. Gotta get the schedule. So very first thing, I want to say a big hello to you, Jay, and you, Thomas. Bread, welcome. Dragonfly, welcome. Zachary, hey, happy to see you. Green, happy you're here. Jillian, happy you're here. ALB, Bane, Waluigi, always happy to see you guys here. And by the way, as Bane pointed out, happy Pride Month to anybody out there who, is covered by the LGBTQ. I can't remember what they all are. I have family that certainly is covered by the community and close friends of mine. So a happy Pride Month to everybody out there that is celebrating Pride Month. I always get the letters mixed up. I know what they all mean, but I always get the letters mixed up. So that's a nice way actually to start. I think that's a wonderful way to start. Now, of course, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe while you're at it, baby. Light them up, and it was loud that time, wasn't it? Hit the notification bell. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, Transformers Collectors, and Ellen, the Autobot Family. Have a look for me everywhere across social media. Check us out on Patreon, of course. And hey, while you're at it, why not see what we offer on Teespring, the GotBot Unapologetic Collection, as well now as the Universal Collision Collection. So things are kind of starting and picking up steam there a little bit. Anyway, like I said, I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. We see that people, of course, are headed in here now. Let's see, who else do we have since I went through all of that? Brett didn't miss nothing. Hey, Brennan, happy to see you. Let's see. Hey, Slow DK, happy to see you in here, buddy. Rudy, always happy when Rudy comes in. By the way, Rudy and the lads are really setting up something special for, I want to say it's August the 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. You can find the details, I think, on tformers.com. Kato knows a lot about it. I'm on board. I'm on board, Rudy. I'm not sure how I'm going to do something yet, but I'm on board. I'm going to find out more of the details, but there's interesting things afoot for everybody in here to be paying close attention to. So what else do we have here? Let's see. Maximal 10. There you go. LGBTQ plus. Thank you very much, my friend. Like I said, I know the letters. I have friends that pretty much cover the gambit of all of those letters, if I'm not mistaken. And I love them all dearly. Let's see. As we go down here. Hey, Kato, I was just talking about you, buddy. MWG, happy to see you in here. Sam, always happy when Sam comes in here. So what are we going to be talking about first? Good question. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. As we go down here. Your channel deserves more subs for your awesome content, bro. I appreciate it, man. Look, there's only so much I can do. I'm only one dude, and there's only so much I can do. That's why I rely on help from the community like you guys to spread the word. It's simple as that, man. Let's see as we go down here. Event Progenitor, love it when Event Progenitor comes in. He's a great friend. What I don't get is what? love to self-profile themselves into a specific area, then ask to be treated like everyone else. I'm not getting into social justice issues here. That's not what we're about here, man. Mike, happy to see you in here. Everyone check out what? The fan-made mini movie Cybertron Falls? I never even heard of it, Mike. Event progenitor, a little bit spicy, a little salty, a little bit of cayenne pepper thrown in there today. Okay, so going back to a question that Jillian asked a little while ago, we are in a moment going to do our trivia, of course. Then I'm going to give a few channel updates. The next premiere date of the next episode of Universal Collision, as episode 9 is done. We're going to welcome a new cast member. Or a new talent, certainly. We're going to talk about the next upcoming countdown. Then we're going to get into the news and notes. And the news and notes cover a whole bunch of things from everything from Perfect Effect, KFC, Perfect Effect, KFC's Junkions. KFC, like when was the last time we saw anything from KFC, man? We're going to talk about a couple of guests that have been announced for TFNation. We're going to talk about the progress of the Paramount Pictures poll that they've been doing on Twitter. We're going to talk about a couple of Earthrise rumors / reveals, the Sleep-mode Optimus, another rumor that I've heard that I think a lot of people have probably heard by now. And we're going to talk about a couple of QC issues that I think it's important that you guys hear about. It was brought to my attention by Event Progenitor, of all people, as a matter of fact. So we have a few things that we want to get through tonight. You know, we have a few things we want to get through. We're going to kick things off as we always do with, you guessed it, we're going to do our trivia first. Trivia, of course, provided to us by a good friend of the channel, Dragonfly. And I want to give Dragonfly a little bit of a shout out here. Him and another gentleman, I don't know if he wants me to say his name, but I had both of those guys try and help me out with the Netflix hotlink. The exchange rate from the US to Canada and then the shipping was just prohibitive, but I appreciate them keeping me in mind, trying to help me out. We are now a good month since I started talking about it, and still nothing, absolutely nothing here of any size class for the Netflix stuff. Shelves are still full. I mean, they haven't been stocked in a good month and a half of anything new. Not that any of it's moving. If it's not cleaning wipes, it's not moving, you know? Such is life, right? Nevertheless, I want to throw that out as a big thank you. So the trivia tonight, listen closely. Here it comes. The first ever line of Transformers that came out in the mid-'80s consisted of 18 characters, or if you will, 18 releases. That was the entire original cast series, whatever you want to call it. What was the proportion or the ratio, if you will, of Autobots to Decepticons? So the first 28, the first line of Transformers that came out, what was the ratio of Autobots to Decepticons? Was it A, 10 Autobots to 18 Decepticons? Was it B, 14 Autobots to 14 Decepticons? Right down the middle. Was it C, 12 Autobots to 16 Decepticons? Or was it D, 18 Autobots to only 10 Decepticons? A, B, C, or D? That's the question. We'll check in with you guys and we'll see what you guys come up with there. I see the answers already beginning to come in, but I do need to go back here just a little bit and check in here. Let's see. Came out the other day. Look it up. Let me know what you think. It's about 20 minutes long. Not too bad. There you go, Mike. I'll check it out, buddy. If you don't know, if you're just coming in, you don't know what I'm talking about there when I reply to Mike. He asked if anyone had checked out the movie Cybertron Falls on YouTube. No, I didn't. I guess you can look up Cybertron Falls if you're interested. Skybite, happy to see you in here. I know I just got here, but I got to go. That's all right, man. Thomas, you got a life to live, buddy. You know, you got a life to live, but I'm glad that you came by, spent a few minutes with us anyway. The trivia answer is C. Kato is saying C, but I know he didn't hear the question when he gave the answer. Cybertron is done off the Fall of Cybertron video game. Must have been a bug of the program. I don't know. I got to check it out, I guess. but I've seen other films done like that, so I can imagine what Event Progenitor is talking about there being a challenge all the same. Anyone remember what? Anyone remember about TF1 Cyberverse Barricade? No, not really. I don't remember many of the barricades. That boy was it really a masterpiece, or are you being sarcastic, Brad? The Sleep-mode Prime just makes me feel. We'll get to the Sleep-mode Prime in a little bit. Probably the best version of Bear. Didn't know. If you get that, let's see, it would be hilarious. Yeah, I wouldn't go for Hotlink Online, Jillian. I mean, wait, it'll show up eventually in store. I gotta believe. I would think. No wonder how few places that have the Netflix bots ordered. What? No wonder with how few places have the Netflix. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Now, that being said, I do have a backup, and the gentleman who is my backup for that, he knows who he is. I don't want to get into it right now. I'll give the thank you when and if I got to give the thank you. Let's see. He is not exclusive online. He is in stores too in both Canada and the US. He is, yeah. I mean, all the Netflix stuff are in Walmarts in Canada and the US, just not here. Let's see. I do some voice work. If you ever need any voice talent, Slow DK, I always leave the door open. Usually I tell people to kind of DM me, privately, and we can talk about it a little bit. I usually get a feel for what their voice is like. Sometimes something will work out. Sometimes something won't work out. I certainly don't make any guarantees, but I do leave the door open sometimes, depending on what happens. And it's worked out with some people, and it hasn't worked out with others. I admit it. I'm not the easiest dude to work with because of the way I time things. Hey, Jeremiah, happy to see you in here. Now we get to the answers there. Oh, and I went down too much there. We have D. Everybody's saying D. Slow DK says A. D. Yeah, you guys are smart. The answer is D. In the first 28, that was the first line of Transformers release, we had 18 Autobots and only 10 Decepticons. Fantastic. Devlin, happy to see you in here. So you guys are always smarter than me. Yeah, let's see. Numbers, Autobots to Decepticons. Yeah, there you go. Listen, Slow DK. Buddy, I didn't know what the answer was either. Keep forgetting if Buzzsaw is counted as a separate release from... I don't know, MWG. That's a good question. I don't make up the... Ask Dragonfly. He's the one who comes up with these questions. Hey, Razor Bear. I'm late to start over. Dude, you didn't miss much. I just went through the schedule for tonight, and I done the opening, and I done the trivia, so you haven't missed too much. Hey, I'm happy to see you. Yep, we're going to talk about that Universal Studios Megatron as well. Let's see, Optimus Prime SP, happy to see you. Buzzsaw was a packing with Soundwave. There you go. Fire Ninja, Hot Rod is cool. Hey, look at that. TF Geek made it in. Wow. TF Geek never makes it in. I'm so happy that you're here, buddy. Regardless of how long you can stay, I'm happy that you're here. Anyone else getting Jurassic Park 3 flashbacks? You know what? Never saw it. Never watched it. After the first one, I was out. I was done. The wife likes it more, but it's not for me. Okay, so few things to note here. First things first, I want to give a Patreon patron shout out to Mike and Mike, to both Mikes. There are two of them. So I appreciate them for jumping on, not just being part of the community, but being part of the team. So that's fantastic. Now we're going to do a couple of just updates, just so you guys know what's coming tomorrow. We're going to put up the countdown of the top 10 toughest Transformers, as voted on, of course, by everyone all across social media. Very interesting the way the votes went on this. I think that a lot of people will probably expect many of the characters on there, but not necessarily in the order that they are going to appear based on the way the voting went. It went a lot different than I thought it was going to. I have a couple that I would have liked to have seen on there that didn't even make it. I mentioned them toward the end of the countdown. And I have several that I gave, well, I have 5 that I gave honorable mentions to. There's always 5 honorable mentions. But there were many more I could have put in there. There were a lot of different votes. It's very interesting because people even interpreted the word tough differently. Some took it as their physical strength. Some took it as they're able to like take a beating but keep going. Some took it as like their mental strength or an attitude. So it's very interesting. I think you guys are going to find that one a bit surprising, the way that it worked out. It certainly was surprising to me. Then 1 week from tomorrow, June the 12th, not June the 5th, June the 12th, we will have Universal Collision episode 9 premiere. It runs for a half hour. It'll premiere 7 Eastern on June the 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern on June the 12th. It'll be the next chapter. You have a full week to kind of catch up. If you are not sure what Universal Collision is, it is my stop motion series, and we are, of course, now in season 2. We're on the latter half now of season 2, and we are basically at a point where Megatron and the boys are heading back to, well, we know now it's called Earthrise. It's where Cybertron should be. We know that Overlord and his forces have already landed there, and they have trounced, they have wiped out Predaking and his forces, Optimus Primal and his forces, and Grimlock and the Dinobots, and aligned himself with Beast Wars Megatron. So right now they kind of rule Earthrise. And we know that the Autobots have not made it back there yet. Optimus and his group, and Rodimus and his group, and Nova and his group, and Sentinel and his group. None of them have made it back there yet. So right now, the one who's kind of in the driver's seat is Overlord. And in episode 9, we're going to learn a little bit more about Megatron's dissatisfaction with having the Matrix of Chaos inside of him and what that could mean. And we're going to learn more about kind of Overlord's confidence when Predaking tries to strike a dark deal with him. So all that's coming up. I do, however, want to take this opportunity to also welcome to the cast Crimson Raptors. He is now jumped on. He will be the voice of a character that I don't want to name yet because he will be kind of making his premiere in episode 9, but will really kind of make his presence felt in episode 10. So that's coming up, but he has kind of come on the team as part of the voice talent. Very happy to see that happen. What else do we have here? That might be it right now for the channel updates. A lot of people, man, I gotta go back for a second. Earlier this week, I put up what was part 1 of a 4-part series. And part 1 was Armada Optimus Prime. And I said, it's the worst Transformer I've ever handled. And it is. It's trash. It's garbage. There's no defending it. It barely moves. It has a clunky transformation. It looks ugly as sin. It has bad paint. It has a movable faceplate. That's it. But let me do a couple of caveats here to this. Caveat number 1, I think the deluxe class version of that body type is better. Caveat number 2, I think that the fans hobby version of that is going to be exponentially better. Caveat number 3, I think that that mold is helped very much by the other 2 bots that can combine with them. Not that it makes it perfect, but it helps. Caveat number 4, he came between RID Optimus and Cybertron Optimus, arguably 2 of the absolute best Optimus offerings that was ever put out. So he had an uphill climb coming between those 2 as it was. A lot of people got bent into shape about it. Look, you got 2 choices when you come here and you're part of this community. Either 1, you're going to get mad at me because you want me to be a yes man. I'm not that dude. I'm always going to call him as I see him. I'm always going to be very honest with you. We don't have to agree. No problem, man. Look, me and TFN Geek, we all time don't agree, but we're always respectful about it. And most of the people I interact with, luckily, are. They value that I'm honest, whether I like something or don't like something. At least you can take it to the bank and it's honest. So I don't want to kind of give up my integrity doing that. If you like that Armada Optimus, cool, great. I hope yours doesn't set on fire. I detested it. I hoped it was going to set on fire. Starscream wife hoped it was going to set on fire. It's not good when they're capable of doing so much better. Maybe they shouldn't have sacrificed so much for the sake of the gimmick. Nice idea, poorly executed. That's kind of my take on that, but I felt like I had to address it because a lot of people get mad at me, man. Like, I don't care because I get people mad at me all the time, but I felt like I owed it to you guys, the community, to kind of address it, you know? Now, I'm just going to go back here and see what a few people have been saying here. Because I know the stuff has been scrolling up there, and I tend to like lose track of it, right? How far up, man, do I have to go? I think it's about here. Diggs, happy to see you here. Sorry, I know that shout out and that welcome is a few minutes behind there, but nevertheless, what's my favorite Transformers? Character wise, Fire Ninja, Wheeljack. Plastic wise, Metroplex. It's always been Metroplex, though I have a real soft spot for my Primus and for my Wei Jiang Ultima Guard. And I'm a fan of this guy too. I've become a fan of this guy since I've done a lot of custom work on him. But we're gonna not so much talk about him, but kind of talk about him when we get to the news notes here in a few minutes. Going down, let's see. Hey Jay, you want that Megatron? I don't know which Megatron that is. Grimlock gone. Happy to see you in here, my friend. Soul Mist, happy to see you guys. If you haven't checked out the most recent episode, I don't even know what the podcast is, a community force all, I guess, with Soul Mist, Lord Starscream, and ACP that went up on Monday. Hey, go check it out. I think it's on ACP's channel, if I'm not mistaken. As we go down here, let's see. Clobber is best strong girl. Actually, I really like Clobber. I'm a big fan of her. I like her. And now that I have Clobber, because I got the Cyberverse Clobber, I'd really like to have Lugnut. I maybe eventually, not the biggest priority right now, but eventually I'd really like to be able to kind of score Lugnut to go with her, because I think that I think I could have some fun with that kind of family dynamic between them, like brother sister type of thing, maybe. Let's see. But Megatron, right up there with Windblade, RC, Slipstream, and Striker. Gonna go. We'll watch the rest. That's no problem, Mike. Let's see. Are third-party figures included in the list, or will that be its own video? Are you talking about for the toughest? If somebody voted for someone that was third party, but nobody did, I'll tell you now, nobody voted for anyone that was third party. They could have been included, no problem. But nobody. Here's the thing: third party is going to get subsumed under a certain name. Like you could say, like Sovereign, but we all know it's Galvatron, so it's going to get subsumed under Galvatron and be a vote counted for Galvatron. Rather than a specific, because it's the character that drives it, right? Let's be honest and call it what it is, right? Hey Eddie, been a while since I've seen you in here, my friend. Best fembot, maybe that could be one. Maybe I could do a list of your favorite female Transformers. Let's see. So we go down here. Just don't kill Optimus. I'm starting to worry about that happening in the Netflix series, to be honest with you. Looks great for being a corpse. I saw Two Hound in Universal Collision Season 2 episode. You would have seen Two Hound, but keep in mind, if you've been paying attention to the story, that the movie Hound is actually my stand-in for Bulkhead. It's not Hound. He's just stand-in for Bulkhead. But you would have definitely seen him. Right now, all the Hounds are within the Classics Hound. Not to say that others won't show up, but right now all the Hounds are within Classics Hound. And all the bulkheads are technically in the body of AoE, Last Night Hound, who is my stand-in for bulkhead. I'll admit that. Rodimus. Going down here. Yeah, Maxwell 10. Yeah, welcome for the pain. Hey, Crimson, look at that. Crimson coming in here. I hope that you were here when I gave you kind of your intro for being a part now of Universal Collision. Sam says, I'll gladly admit that Armada Optimus isn't very good, but I have a lot of... See, that's the difference. People are saying, I have nostalgia for that Optimus. First of all, I don't know why. What kind of garbage toys did you guys get when you were kids? I was in my mid-20s when that series came on. So I saw it for what it was. Hot trash. At the time, still hot trash. But I get it. A lot of people that defend it vehemently do it because of the nostalgia factor. And I think a lot of people were young when it came out. Kind of like a lot of us are with G1 or people are with Beast Wars. I looked at it from a more objective technological standpoint of this is what they were capable of designing. Now, if somebody called me out and said, hey, you can't compare something that was done 40 years ago to technology today. And I was like, well, okay, dude, hold on. Hold on. You're right. I agree with you. But first of all, this came out about 17-ish years ago, not 40. Secondly, I wasn't comparing it to what we have now, although I guess technically I did because I said that I would opt to get the fans hobby version. But what I really compared it to was engineering of the time with Beast Wars and Beast Machines and RID coming before it and like Cybertron and Energon coming after. Now, some people said that that Armada Optimus was better than the often called Fatimus Prime. I don't think so because I've also reviewed that Energon Optimus and that at least can move. At least it has articulation and can move. This thing, it can barely move its shoulders. Its head it looks like it belongs with Piranacon, and it looks like Piranacon should eat it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. It's nothing against the design. Like, if you like the design, cool. I don't think they execute it well in any way, shape, or form. I can't, man. I just can't. Can't do it, baby. Let's go down here. I don't even understand my life anymore. Let's see. How far down did I just go here, man? Whoa, that really jumped. Like a lot. Okay, here we are. Whew. Wow, I had to go back a lot there. So we go down. Eddie says that my opinion's appreciated. Look, man, I don't think you guys would want me to start lying now just being a yes man. I think you come here because you want to know whether we agree or not. You want to know, look, at least he's going to be a straight shooter with me. I hope that that's kind of the reputation I built, is that I'm not always pleasant, but at least I'm a straight shooter and I'm unapologetic about it. Hence the line, the unapologetic line, right? I love that you say your opinions because a bad figure is a bad figure. But I could say that I can love a bad figure. Oh, indeed, yeah. We've all got the ones that we love. Like, I like the Power of the Primes fembots, but a lot of people detest that mold. I'm like, man, I like it. It's fine. Like, we don't have any others to stand in for those characters. The Alita, the new one coming out now, I've heard that the new one coming out is actually based on, okay, rumor here, but I've heard that the new Alita coming out for Earthrise is based on the Wheeljack mold. If you like the Wheeljack mold, then you're probably going to like this new Alita. If you don't like the Wheeljack mold, I don't know. And that's only a rumor, so don't take it as fact. I'm fine with the plain one. But a lot of people detest it, so I get why people will like the new one. I don't know how I'm going to feel about the new one yet. But I absolutely get it, and Fire Ninja got it right. Just because I don't like it, don't mean you're not going to like it. It's up to you, man. You do you, right? I don't like any of the Armada. No, I don't think Armada was a great line. That's what I'm starting to like. I didn't know the line, but I've handled some Energon stuff and some Cybertron stuff, and it's not perfect, but it's okay. I've handled some Car Robots RID stuff, and a lot of that's fantastic. I feel like the issue with Armada is that they sacrificed an awful lot for the sake of gimmicks. That's what I feel like with it. Take it for what it is, right? Hey, Triple R, happy to see you, my friend. Overload's pretty cool. I wish he had elbows and knees, but Overload's pretty cool. As we go down here. The stop motion series name Grimlock on is Universal Collision. There's a stop motion playlist that has all of the stop motions in it, all of Universal Collision, all of the one shots that I've done, and the bonus Universal Collision episode. So you should be able to find it in that playlist. I'm not going to lie, I don't think we needed a sleep mode Optimus. I tend to agree with you for the most part. Let's see, that's the last one I need to have all the Armada figures. Going down here. Community for All. There you go. Community for All. It's on ACP channel. Thank you, Soul Mist. I appreciate you filling in the blanks for me, buddy. We get a good, well, more articulated clobber. Yeah, I'd be down for a more articulated clobber too, Fire Ninja. I am cool with the one we have now because I expected an Ultra class offering to be more trash than what she is. I'm also okay with Rack and Ruin, who finally shipped and is on the way. I'm going to turn into Earthrise Nemesis Prime. I mentioned that last week, TFNation, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more here tonight. I want to make a custom clobber to fit her into my Generations collection. Interesting. What base would you use for a custom clobber, Triple R? Paltatronus? I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome. I may pick up Sleep Mode Optimus to do a custom Nemesis or Shattered Glass Optimus. Interesting. Interesting idea. Ooh. Oh, Dragonfly. An SG from that Sleep Mode Optimus. That's a really interesting idea that I never thought of, man. Let's see. Yeah, furloughed for a few days, had to take it. Let's see. Around Cybertron, I stopped buying all of the repaints and I skipped on the Japan exclusives. Like, oh my God, how much people tried to sell them for. They always try to sell stuff from Japan, the exclusives from Japan for a lot. RC is toughest female bot. She may be, Jay. Certainly Transformers Prime RC. Earthrise Nemesis Prime would be cool. Would be very cool. Earthrise Nemesis Prime would be very cool. And what's up? Not much. Just going through the news and notes. It's not every Monday? Oh, no, every Monday at the same time. Yeah. Let's see. You can't vote for all of them. That's not how voting works, man. I hope they show the art box of the Sleep Mode. I agree. I would like to see the box art. You know what, though? I don't know if the Sleep Mode Optimus is an exclusive or not. I don't know if it's going to have its own box. If it comes out in selects, it's probably just going to have one of those like boring brown boxes. Maybe the one with like the stencily stuff on it. So I don't know. I'm interested to see it too, but I'm not convinced that is necessarily going to be that spectacular. It'd be cool if it was. I'm just curious, if Universal Collision was a comic, would you have the characters look like blends of all the various incarnations or just the G1 designs? No, I would probably have the characters look like a blend, to be honest with you. Drawing from certain aspects, like Optimus would, at his base probably be the G1. The head would probably be the G1, but there would probably be details on him, on his shoulders that would be a little bit higher, like Transformers Prime Optimus. Maybe you might have the Flame Deco, like movie Optimus on him. You might even have the grill a little more pronounced on his tummy, maybe moved up kind of between the lights or the windows on his chest, a little bit of Armada Optimus. So I think it would be an amalgam of it. But of course, you got to work with what you got, right? I mean, it is what it is. But good question, actually, Sam. If I could, in something like a comic, if you could mix it, I think that'd be really cool. But that's just me. I turn every Prime RC into female Junkions. How many Prime RCs do you have, Triple R? I found a G1 Triptychon at an antique shop yesterday for $55. Wow, Skybite, that's really good. I'm looking forward to Sleep-mode Optimus being mostly dark gray. I love Prime RC. She gets it in... What? Okay. I like the Bendy Armada to Nemesis Prime. What? I like the Bendy... Okay. I was kind Crimson, but I didn't tell anybody who you're playing because that character hasn't made their premiere yet. So we're going to save it as a little bit of a surprise. As we go down here. Let's see. Cybermatic Geek, hey. How is it that this always happens to me, man? Man, I gotta go up here again. Holy moly. I saw input and then it jumped. That's one thing, man, that bugs me about this stuff is that how much it likes to jump, and like it jumps a lot. I love the new Sleep-mode Optimus because how I can create Optimus dying. That's dark. What can I say? That's really dark, man. Since I have 2 sticker sheets for Decepticon logos, yeah, that could actually really work. TFN Geek. What about Bendy Prime versus Fatimus? Okay. Probably Bendy Prime. Let's see. Never liked Armada. I didn't buy any of them either. They're on loan to me. It's not Unicron Trilogy is not my thing. ALB either. Not even a little bit. Oh, it's supposed to be the Sleep-mode Optimus is supposed to be an SDCC exclusive, Jay. Interesting. I did not actually know that. I want a zombie Optimus for Halloween. Fair enough. The cartoon brought far more to the table with nostalgia. Some molds were home runs in the Unicron series. Also, the Prime suffers heavily from GPS. Yes, that's the other thing that I didn't even realize about, and I wasn't even careful with him, is apparently he is prone to GPS at the elbow joints. Now, I mean, nothing happened, thankfully, but just another reason why that's trash. Just saying, man. Just saying. I bet you a bottle of whiskey that supposed figure of Grimlock 1986 Studio Series is spoilers of the possible Transformers 1986 that was filtered in what? 4chan. I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about, so I don't know because I don't know what you're talking about. I think that could make a good Shattered Glass Optimus Prime 2. Also, do you have the Battle Blades Prime? I do not have the Battle Blades Prime. Those TF figures sucked till Beast Wars. They did. I mean, G1 was nothing great. We all have nostalgia for it, but looking back now, like, they're not great. They're highly limited. You know, even as a kid, I knew that they were highly limited. Beast Wars was leaps and bounds better. I prefer Dark of the Moon B over Battle Blade B, and I don't like any of the movie Bs. None of them. I've never transformed. I've never done anything with a movie B. That I don't even like the model. B is a doofy, dinky little Volkswagen Bug, and that's it. That's all he'll ever be to me. I know that there's a whole generation of people that movie B is their B, but to me, that's never. I'm not for me. That's all. Not for me, man. Yeah, it's bad when we're talking about Wheelie. Wheelie's awful. I would not mind Alita being Wheeljack's mold. Yeah, well, that's the word. Well, call it the Dark Knight of Transformers collecting. Heck yeah, Pulse, they're good limbs, although I would think maybe... I thought the Alita one was going to be a reuse of Siege Chromia as well, Fire Ninja, which would be too bad because that's a garbage mold. I think that she will fare much, much better if she is actually based on Wheeljack. Now, like I said, it's a rumor. Do not take that for fact because the Chromie one's awful. It's awful. It's awful. I don't care for the plain Lita one. I do have it as a stand-in for it because I got no problem with her. Hey, Input. I'm finally getting down to you, buddy. Armada, Micron, Legend could have been so much more. I think we needed Sleep Mode. I think we needed Sleep Mode Prime. I don't need Sleep Mode Prime, but it's interesting that you do. I got a hot shot with Inferno, Energon Power Links. They're good. I looked at Armada hot shot. That's not good. I mean, the shoulders, man. But now the one that you're talking about is obviously a different thing. I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with it to know it. I just love the mini cons. You know, some of them are all right. Some of them not. I prefer mini bots and micromasters, but you know, mini cons obviously fall in the same family. Let's see. The Wallet Breaker, Siege Unicron. Not for me. I would never get the Siege Unicron. Nuts to that. My Wallet Breaker, Skorponok. Luckily, I paid for him a long time ago. Energon had some good stuff. Most of the Autobots were weak. Yeah, Sleep-mode Optimus, horrific childhood trauma. Check, yeah. I think we need every kind of Prime from the Earthrise Prime. And we might very well get it Input, to be honest with you. I still want it, kinda. I'm not surprised that you still want that. I just wanted to say, by the way, Dennis, that Universal Collision has actually been a big influence of my own writing. Well, I appreciate that, man. That's what I try to do, you know? I always say, if I can do something, you can do it. Whether it's customs, whether it's stop motion, whether it's reviews. If a doofus like me can do it, you can definitely do it. I saw a very good third printed lug nut. And I would take those 3D files and modify them into. Oh, I wouldn't be able to do anything fancy like modifying 3D file. I wouldn't even know how to get a 3D file or use it. Or you're not even speaking my language, buddy. So I'm trying to make a season 3 Cyberverse team because I already made a custom Stealth Force hot rod based on the TR hot rod mode. Interesting. Was it a hard custom to do, Fire Ninja? Sleep mode, MP45 convoy was a sleeper and now worth a ton of money. There are subtleties that the MP4s had that people missed, not present in Earthrise release, but I will get. Well, I mean, you're comparing MP to Earthrise, though. Like, you're comparing mainline to something that's supposed to be like top of the line. I'm skeptical if it's top of the line, Ed. Ironhide was Voyager bulkhead. Springer was bigger size. Driving and listening right now. Can't read chat for a few minutes. That's all right, Crimson. You be safe. You keep your eyes on the road, baby. I want a deluxe. What? Fulcrum and Rung. I don't know either of those characters. I know Rung now from his little thing, and a lot of people said that's too small. I don't know them. I assume they're IDW. I hope you get them. That's what I'm going to say. I hope you get them. They seem to be doing those, so I hope you get them. Do you think they make one of Shattered Glass, Megatron with a mold that paid tribute to another as they did Galaxy? I think they could, but I don't think they will. Outside of like BotCon, they've never really done anything with Shattered Glass, so I don't see it happening, not in an official capacity. Now, could BotCon, since it's going to apparently be happening again, could they do a Shattered Glass version? Absolutely. I don't know what mold they would use, but I could see it happening there. I'm using the trailer as a deathbed. Input's a dark dude too. Let's see. I could see Siege Brunt mod for Clobber, probably Grimlock gun. I could see that. Actually, I could really see that now that you mention it. The flames. Let's see. Sleep mode was supposed to generation selects, and now okay, all right, fair enough. Crimson knows more about it than I do. It was supposed to be generation selects. There are rumors of STCC exclusive. I really don't know, man. I have no bloody idea. Even though I'm not getting Sleep Mode Optimus, I find it weird that Prime versus Prime has his. Oh, it's not weird. He gets stolen figures all the time. It's not weird. I don't watch that guy. I don't like the way he does business. Same with Tauntaun. There, I said it. I just hope we get an unannounced an announcement that Runabout will be released to join Earthrise Runabout. Oh, you're gonna get that. One might be a select, but you're gonna get that. And again, it went down again. And like it goes down significantly, man. Man, I gotta get to the news. Like I haven't even got to the news yet because I'm reading what you guys are saying here, and you guys are having a busy night. Where am I, man? Okay. Whew. Let's see. Fan channel seems to be what? Fan channel seems to be canceled.com exclusives. Okay. I used to have 3. Now I'm looking at getting more to add to my Junkion army. Oh, fair enough. My 2 favorite elements of Armada Optimus' design have always been the smokestacks on his forearms and the armor hanging from his hips. Okay. Let's go. No, I'm not going. Do you think they can make a shattered glass? Megatron, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you said we need a fulcrum. Gotta eat. Yeah, you take care, MWG. You eat away, buddy. Short sleep mode will be fun, but for the regular, yeah, well, I mean, they're meant for, I think, 2 different things, right? Sleeper Optimus is rumored to be SDCC 2020. I never heard this anywhere, but you guys are all saying it, so you guys heard it somewhere. As we go down here, I don't see the purpose of another SS Grimlock. It's going to be a different Grimlock, but again, we'll get to that. My thoughts on it in a few minutes. Hopefully, Beast Wars might. You guys get ahead of me, is what it is. Beast Wars might have had great bots, but the articulation started with some of the G2 bots. Yeah, started with a few of the G2 bots, maximal 10, but not to the degree that it was in Beast Wars. But you're right, it did start with some of them. But don't you have the Dark of the Moon? No, I don't have the Dark of the Moon Nitro B. The other collector in the house has the Dark of the Moon Nitro B. I don't like that thing. He does. But good eye, Jillian. Good eye. As kids, we all thought the G1 toys were awesome. I didn't think they were awesome. I thought that they were fine. But I used to always like Dragonfly saying we all thought that the G1 toys were awesome. I didn't. I used to say, how come they can't, put an elbow here? I used to think it all the time with Strafe of the Technobots. I used to be like, well, why? Why couldn't his legs split apart? There was no reason why his legs couldn't split apart. Why did his little arms, why did they not have an elbow? It used to bug me to no end. I never thought it was awesome. I thought that they were fine, but it was never what I wanted. You know what is what I wanted? Generations. It's always what I wanted as a kid. That's the thing. It's always what I wanted as a kid. Even as a little kid like Optimus. It used to bug me to no end, man, that he could not kick forward. Could do what I like. And then I got the Power Master Optimus. And like the individual robot, I used to be like, he's connected from the shoulder to his elbow. I hated it. And even when I would put them together, I'd say, well, at least his arms can go around. But it always bugged me. I couldn't move his legs. I was never okay with it. My Bumblebee will always be animated Bumblebee. Good Bumblebee. Bit of a, got a bit of a wise mouth, but good Bumblebee. Wheelie is not awesome input. I stand corrected. That was Nemesis on BBTS and 120 for the Voyager. Let's see as we go down. And guys, if I'm missing something here, I apologize because you guys got a lot. Movie B wouldn't bother me if the front of the car was his feet. Okay. I grew up on, yeah, see, you grew up on Camaro B, so that's going to be your B, right? And I get that. I understand that. He looks like a pile of garbage on a stick figure. That car is still cool. Yeah, the car is cool. I'll give credit's due. A Camaro is just cool, period. Let's see. It's part of the character that has only one hair. That the hair is really expensive. What is happening? Hey, Ben. Happy to see you. I hope that they get a jazz for the Earthrise line because the PO is more or less than. I never minded the POTP jazz. As a matter of fact, I still have it as my Ricochet. I like the mold. I sold the other one, but it was fine when I sold it because I got the RTS jazz for $1. So how could I turn that down, right? Would I be interested to see what they would do with Jazz and Earthrise? Yeah, I'd be down for it. Let's see. Would it be bad to Dremel up and or run over Sleepy Prime to be more accurate? No, man, go for it if you want. I don't know how much more accurate it could be, but you go for it. You let me know how that works out for you. Hey, Snoke, happy to see you in here. Sleep-mode Prime is the final leader of the Earthrise line. Maybe that would be a fitting end to the leader class for the Earthrise line. I have some Minicon legends left. I'll post them on Instagram. Cool. I want the WFC Unicron, but I know I will never have him. I don't even know why you'd want it, Triple R. It doesn't look very good. I don't want it. You can do better than that. That's a good first attempt. Like I said, that's a good first attempt. I don't know why they're selling it as the final. Let's see. Left out. What? They kind of filled out 4 ways for Earthrise. The extras will be exclusives. Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with Event Progenitor. They pretty much filled out Earthrise. We might get one last wave. We are going to get some selects and stuff, but we've pretty much filled it out. Earthrise Prime is maybe my favorite figure of my collection and definitely best Hasbro product. He's up there. He's up there. Hey, Master Fire. Master Fire, by the way, done a couple of great customs that he put up recently, not the least of which is his version of Leo Zach. Go check it out if you haven't already. Oh, yeah, you're way late, man. Fulcrum should be pretty easy character to do since he's based on an existing mold, that being Prime Soundwave. Interesting. No, all I did was just take some black paint on the Titans Return Hot Rod red and then use the Repro labels. Excellent. Easy custom. It's always something that makes me happy. I bet. And Event Progenitor here says there was a convention Megatron that was shattered glass. Yeah, I think it was BotCon. Her phone's ringing. I believe the convention got canceled. I hope that if an Earthrise lockdown, in addition to the card game Siege that was released last year, showed the design that I haven't seen this card game. Card games weren't a thing when I was growing up. Like D&D existed, but that was it, and nobody I knew had it, let alone know how to play it. And all the other collector card games came out when I was 18, 19, 20, 21. So it wasn't a thing that I experienced. I can see them making a lockdown from Wheeljack. I can see that too, Triple R. Going to give up on trying to get upgraded parts for my Volcanica set. Anything left is either too expensive or only available from China, which isn't shipping to Canada at the moment, it seems. It depends. I mean, if you're buying from eBay, apparently they're not shipping to Canada for some weird reason. I don't know why. Hey, Nick. What's the quiz? The quiz was a long time ago, and it was in the original lineup of 28 bots that was released in the mid-'80s. Of the 28 released, how many were Autobots, how many were Decepticons? The answer was actually D. 18 were Autobots, 10 were Decepticons. Let's see. I hope we do. Let's see. Going down here. Hey, Ravage. I appreciate you coming in here, buddy. I'm sorry that tonight I seem to be doing a whole lot of like just talking in the comments, but you guys are chatty tonight, man. You guys are chatty tonight, right? Let's see. Agree with you about Generation Line. Wheelie is the best, worst Transformer in existence. Agreed. Kicker and Wheelie. Oh, input. If he was here, I'd slap him. I'm sure I would. Would you be shocked if your entire collection turned into Yes. Who wouldn't be shocked by that? Kicker made me hate people in TF stories. Kicker made me hate people. Period. That's it. That's it. That's how bad Kicker is. I grew up on Transformers movies, so yeah. To you, Bumblebee is more of a Camaro. See, like, and I don't think that ever should have been. I get it. I know that that's the way it is, but I don't think it ever should have been. Emails. What? One HOS toy line? I don't know what HOS is. Oh wait, is that Hearts of Steel? Maybe. Yeah. Why not? I've always wanted a grappling hook for main like jazz. Okay, I would love a new Trax. I think Trax is rumored to be coming though. I want Core Star Unicron, but I had to choose between that and UWO4 Devastator, and I picked Devastator. I could see that. Yeah, that's a hard choice to make, man. I get it, Dragonfly. I think you're going to be happy with the Devastator. It's a great one. I hope we get an awesome hot rod in the third. Look, I've been saying it for a long time. Just give me a nice Voyager Rodimus. Not hot rod. I got a hot rod. Give me a nice Voyager Rodimus. Sensible Rodimus. Not that leader class trash we had. Give me a good Voyager Rodimus. And I'm a happy camper. Hey, Boss Gunny. Okay, so finally down. I'm going to go through all the news because I've been talking to you guys a lot. So the news and notes of the night. Very first thing, I want to talk about a couple of QC issues that have been brought to my attention, thanks to Event Progenitor. The first is regarding Studio Series Shockwave. Apparently, the hip likes to shear right off. The leg shears off the, I guess it's a ball joint that's in there. But apparently the whole thing is known to just shear off. Be careful. If you find the hips tight, don't force them. Probably, if you can, pop it off, sand it down a little bit. I'm just saying be careful because it's been known to happen. The other one I think is more troubling. A lot of people have been skeptical about fans' toys going into doing combiners, and they put out their Iceman, which is their version of Air Raid. And some people had mixed thoughts about it and said, well, he doesn't even have a waist. Like, I don't know, man. And there are certain aspects of the transformation, of course, that are not good. However, it has now been brought to my attention that he, too, is known to have his leg shear off at the hip joint. If that's the case, it makes me very uneasy about what his combined mode will be like. So I don't know if you're a Fans Toys fan. I don't know if you're in for what they're doing, but know that there is a known issue that has occurred. As a matter of fact, when I was looking at it, apparently that was the 6th copy that somebody had heard tell of that week alone where the leg sheared off. So be careful is the best I can say to you there. We also found out that there is someone on Facebook, or maybe it's a store on Facebook, doing promo showing pictures of what looks to be a gold cliff jumper from the Earthrise line. I don't know if it's just them doing like a digibash type of thing or if it's alluding to something. I don't think that they're going to just straight up repaint that as Bumblebee because it's been stated that Bumblebee is going to be a new mold, or at least a remold. But it has popped up. Maybe it's actually a gold cliff jumper. Who knows? But it has popped up. Perfect Effect, to celebrate their 10th anniversary, is releasing Dark Warrior, which is a Nemesis Prime version of their Honor Warrior, which is Optimus. Both of these are basically remolds of the now well-known PC 16, PC 17 that was used to go with Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus and to go with the Power Master Optimus God Ginrai bodies, I guess, trailers from the Titans Return line. However, apparently these two new ones cannot actually go with those trailers. That's what I hear. They look great for what they are. What else do we have here? Skorponok packaging was shown this week, and I actually watched on Tales from Cybertron, and Input and Triple R and Crimson were talking about, I think Kato was there too, we're talking about it, and they brought up, I think it was Input who brought up a good point that actually I totally agree with. I feel like it's at a scale. I feel like the Optimus and Skorponok's hand looks too big. I feel like the Bumblebee kind of coming in the door looks too big. Now, I do think that the arc is down significantly lower than the platform that they're standing on, so that's why it looks so small. But I do feel like the actual other robots are kind of too big in comparison to Skorponok. I mean, he should be Titanic. And I don't know. He's big, but he doesn't feel as big as the other Titans, if that makes sense. So I kind of agree with that. It looks good. I just wonder a little bit about the character proportions, I suppose. What else do we have here? TFNation added to their lineup G1 and Cyberverse writers, Buzz Dixon and May Cat, I think is her name. These are writers for the G1 series, cartoon series, and for the Cyberverse, most recent Cyberverse series. So they're going to be part of the guests that will be interviewed, I suppose, during TFNation. That is up and coming on May 30th. This is a bit of an update. Paramount done a Twitter poll of re-releasing a movie, and they've done it sort of like a tournament. And originally, Transformers, the 2007 movie, Transformers, was up against World War Z. It beat World War Z. Then in the next round, it went up against Grease, and it beat Grease. Grease had 32% of the vote. Transformers had 67% of the vote. So I don't know if that means that it's happening or if it moves on to another round, but that's kind of where that stands. So we may see Transformers in theaters again when the world gets back on track. The screaming face that we all thought was going to be a maybe coronation version of Starscream is actually the face for Earthrise Skywarp. I don't like the face. Why is he screaming? Why is he yelling? Just give him a normal face. That's all. Just give him a normal face. We've seen a bunch of images now, and it's even been reported that it's been found in the wild. The villains pack, which is Thundercracker, Skywarp. Here's the thing. I still like the Siege, but I'm sure a lot of people have the Earthrise Starscream. This is an opportunity to round out the Secret Trio, probably the easiest it's ever been if you live in the States and have a Target, or if you live in Canada and have a Toys R Us. It's probably your best bet. What else going down here? We also saw more images of the next wave of Micromasters. The combiners are Fuser and Blaze Master, the shuttles. I love it. I think it's fantastic. They look great. They look so much like their G1 counterparts, as do Roller Force and Groundhog, which I find interesting because we're not actually going to get the leader of that group, because the leader of the group that has Roller Force and Groundhog in it is actually Barricade. But we have a deluxe Barricade who is a police car. So you put these little lads with your police car Barricade, I guess. So I think it's cool, at least, that we're getting them. 3-0 showed their Bumblebee Optimus Prime. It stands 19 inches. It's going to retail at $518 US, but it also has, get this, 140 points of articulation. Good night, nurse. That's crazy. It's awesome, but I mean, it's over $500 US. It's a hefty price tag, especially for something that doesn't transform. Does it look amazing? Yes. Will it scale with anything? No. That's going to be for a very specific type of discerning collector. Absolutely. What else do we have here? What else do we have here? We saw the next part of the comic, not translated yet, for God Neptune, and it looks like in it that God Neptune and King Poseidon probably aren't on the same page. Like, they seem more adversarial, or at least Turtler and Halfshell seem more at odds with each other. I don't know the story, so I guess we'll see when that's translated. We saw, as was mentioned earlier, that Universal Studios Leader Class Studio Series, I think it's 48, Megatron, is out. We saw images of it. It's pretty much all gray. Not even so much silver, but all gray. It has a different head on it that has a red streak, not really damaged. It looks good. It looks like a cleaner version. It's like if Megatron wasn't beaten to scrap in the third film and had just taken on a truck mode. And it's like, hey, here's what he would look like if he wasn't beaten to a snot. I guess it's all right. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that leader. it's okay. Now, they did show it next to the Voyager Sentinel Prime, and the Voyager Sentinel Prime looks exponentially smaller. It looks, I don't remember how they scaled in the movie, but the Voyager Sentinel looks exponentially smaller than Megatron, like way too small. But that's just me. What do I know? I'm going to just check in with you guys here now before we sort of go on here. I see Ninja Bill came in there. Hey to you, my friend. I love the SS Shockwave. He's the best studio series. I love the mold for that Shockwave, and I saw the shearing of the hip, and that disappointed me. I have the Megatron version of that mold. I use it for my violin Jiger, but it's something to watch out for. Maybe it'll never happen to yours, but it's something to watch out for. I do think it's a good Shockwave. It's not my Shockwave, but it's a good Shockwave. I want a leader class Rodimus that has a Voyager class bot and a gun deck. Yeah, I could get behind that Triple R. I could get behind that. If they gave him the same treatment that they gave Optimus Prime, I could get behind that actually. Can't go wrong with Devi. Yeah, you can't go wrong with Devi. Mr. G1 gun deck. What is your opinion on upgrade kits? Upgrade kits, I think, are cool. I think they're great if they actually add value. If they can add value to your character, then they're great. Like the upgrade kit for the Constructicons. It gives a bunch of guys elbows that didn't previously have it. If it's just something for the looks of something, I don't know if it's worth it. Not for me. But if it changes and improves the actual functionality, like I'll give you an example of something that I don't think is a worthwhile upgrade kit. One of the kits for Menasor, the one that gives him the pieces on his shoulder and the new kind of waist piece, it pretty much makes his hips and his lower legs immobile, so he can stand up pretty much straight, and that's it. I don't think that helps it. It's great for display, but for somebody like me who uses it for stop motion, that's useless. So it depends on your needs. I think they have value, but you need to weigh the cost of them to the value that they actually add to who you're adding them to. And of course, that's different things for different folks, and even for different characters. Like I got lower leg fillers for Diatlas. It was worth it to me. A little bit overpriced, but it was worth it to me because now his legs look full and complete. So it's up to you. I think you got to balance them. That's what I would say about that Fire Ninja. Gold Cliff Jumper could be a lucky draw. Could be a lucky draw input. Good point. I just got him today. Badass. I don't know what you got, but okay. The Netflix Hound's head snaps off. I got lucky with my Netflix Hound. His head works perfectly. Wow. I didn't know that. I'm not getting that Hound anyway. So, but I did not know that. I still want deluxe versions of the main 3 Insecticons. No, I'm good with my. If you went deluxe, I hope you get them. But I don't know. Not if they're going to be done deluxe like Cliff Jumper is, because that's not a deluxe. That's a ripoff, is what that is. Tales from Teletran. What did I call it? I bet you I called it something wrong. That sounds like me. Truck mode of the Perfect Effect one should work, but not bot mode. Yeah. Proper leader class Galvatron. I wouldn't hold my breath for a leader class Galvatron. If you want to look at Instagram, I'll try to check it out, man. I love the Titans. I love the Titans too. He's close to Fort Max, enough that I don't think it's going to bother you, Boss Gunny. He is a little bit shorter, but I don't think it's going to bother you. I would love to see Transformers in theaters again. I think it's going to happen. He's smaller than Fort Max, not by much. Let's see. Did I go down here? Hey, X24. Yeah, 518 smackers is a lot of money, man. A lot of money. Deluxe Barricade and Micromaster Barricade are not the same character. Yeah, they are. They're the same character. And if they're not, then they shouldn't both be called Barricade. So that's my take on that. That's my take on that. I'm not even going to debate it anymore. He would look cool for what? Big Barricade to arrest Micro Barricade. They shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It's as simple as that. I reviewed the Matrix Workshop M21 set today. Dennis, by the way, I think you would like the set. I don't even know what that's for. I would need to check it out, Ninja Bill. I don't even know what it's for. The secret 2-pack listing just was entered, and they listed it as sold out to start with. What? Okay, I don't know where you saw the listing, Event Progenitor. I'm not interested in buying it anyway. If I see it on sale, maybe, but I don't really like that Seeker mold, so I'm not kind of hip to it. SS Shockwave is great. It's great as long as they don't break, I guess. I think it's a great mold. People are already picking up the Seeker 2-pack in stores in Hong Kong. Oh, there you go. I said Tales from Cybertron. Sorry, Tales from Teletran. My mistake. It is Tales from Teletran. I just call it Tales, see? And I think that episode that I was referring to is actually on Input's channel, if I'm not mistaken. So check that out. I don't understand even what Cybernetic Geek is saying, so we're gonna move on from that. I just saw your wife. Yeah, she's kicking around back there. The only thing I want is Hotlink, and I only want Hotlink. That's it. That's all that I want. Hey, Luke. Anybody would do anything to get ahead, Luke? Anybody would do anything to get ahead, buddy? Let's see. Whoa, that's a long name, Cyber Art. Crimson Raptors. I'm not even going to try and say that because I'm going to mess it up. Got stuff ordered for Wheeljack and Prime from Nanef. He's done that a bunch of times, not a few times. He does it all the time. Anybody who has those things without any instructions or packaging, got them literally months ahead of them coming out, are getting them from a factory one way or another. Don't ever think that they're just buying them and finding them, because they're not. Siege Ratchet. Oh, okay, for Siege Ratchet. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got to check that out. Guys, I don't understand why anybody's having a debate about it. I'm not talking about it anymore. Yeah. And I thought it was always on Input's channel. Going to try to make custom headmasters. Ooh, custom headmaster juniors. That'll be a good one, Fire Ninja. Good luck. Hope it works out. The Earthrise 2-packs get released soon. Oh, I'm sure they're going to be released. They're supposed to be released. Yeah, I was going to say July. There you go. You just said it. Decided to create a Lego G1 Megatron gun mode for Siege and Earthrise Starscream. Interesting. So we go down here. That's right, Jay. I think he does. How else would he get him that early? Just as bad, Event Progenitor. He doesn't steal him. He bought him from someone who steals him. Just as bad. You're still supporting the exact same sort of thing. A few reviewers have done that already. Like someone had all the second Bayverse months ahead. That's right. But it's slimy, and it's encouraging theft. And guess what? Theft means that there's loss of revenue for the company, which means they up prices. And guess who gets to pay all those extra up prices for those things that are stolen? Us. No, I don't support it. Nobody else should. Hotlink is awesome sauce. I bet he is triple R. Oh, man, I'm so envious of you guys having them. Holy moly. What minicon are you going to use as Cobra? I'm thinking for Cobra Breast, I'm going to end up using Slitherfang when he comes out, but we'll see for sure. But that's where my head is. Down. I finally was able to get the MMC Feral Rex. He came Monday and is amazing. Would have got the KO, but the original seems more easy to sort of fit. It is easier to fit Chug Scale Ravage. Also, it's more solid than the KO. I think you made the right choice. Really enjoying Hotlink. Oh, and look, even Ninja Bill got Hotlink. Like, what's up with that? Hotlink is beautiful. Devastator is a monster. Don't worry, GotBot. I don't have Hotlink yet either. There you go. At least I know I'm not alone. I'm going to try to build my collection. Everybody got to try and do that, man. You got to start somewhere. Haven't found a Hotlink yet. Okay, so just to kind of end things off here. What else do we have? The 86 Grimlock. Some people said that they think it's going to be a Grimlock from the 86 movie because we are just about to have the 35th anniversary. I don't think that's going to be what it is. I think that it's going to be some sort of a Grimlock repaint. I don't see it being some sort of a G1 thing in the movie line. Don't see it. Could it happen? Yes. I guess we'll wait and see. But if that's what actually happens, and they're going to include the 86 movie in Studio Series, that's going to totally overlap with Generations. Is gone. I think it would create more of a mess than anything else. But we'll see. Sleep-mode Optimus. I had said originally, hey, it might be a good one to use for Nemesis Prime. However, the head has a lot of battle damage on it. I don't know if it would work for Nemesis, but perhaps it would work for Shattered Glass if you don't mind the Shattered Glass having the damaged head. Or you could always change out the head if you're really good and put one on there and paint it. I think the base, as TFNgeek said, could definitely work for a Nemesis Prime. You could have it just for the dead version of Optimus, or as was pointed out by Dragonfly, could be used as a great base for a Shattered Glass Optimus as well. So I'm kind of behind that. KFC put out that they are doing a bunch of Junkions. Okay, I guess. When was the last time we heard from KFC? I think that they're trying to build the revenue, and this is an easy way for them to do it because they already have the mold, so they're putting it out with like 4 different interchangeable heads. Brilliant idea. What else do we have here? The very last thing brings us sort of, to this guy. This is the Studio Series version of Ratchet, and we just found out that indeed, as we alluded to last week, that the MPM Ratchet that was announced on June the 1st or the MPM that was coming out of China to be announced on June the 1st was Ratchet. 119 in the US, I think 169 in Canada, and I saw it and I thought, why are his fenders and his doors a different color green? Then I saw the listings, pictures from Target, and they're not a different shade of green. The video showed a different shade of green. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I tend to like this better, but that's just me. It does say that it's going to have 35 points of articulation and 61 steps to transform. Not interested. 61 steps sounds needlessly over-engineered and complex for something that results in a robot that really only has 35 points of articulation. Do I think it's going to be better than this? Probably. But this guy's all right, but it's probably going to be better. I don't like the weird green. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens whenever it happens. But that's kind of it for the news and notes. I'm just going to check in with you guys, and then I'm getting out of here because I've been on here way too long. What do we have here? I haven't opened Hotlink yet. Pre-order delay, and my ability to cross the border. I still need Hotlink. Walmart's here. I've not stocked them. Let's see. What was the did not quite okay. I would use him as a dead body. Yeah. A lot of people talking about like the Ultra Magnus and stuff, trying to sell some stuff as I can order something else. I have the Ratchet. It is a decent. Yeah, it's decent. The Ratchet's all right. Dark Awakening Optimus. You could. I really want a Dark Awakening Optimus after sleep. Interesting. No, it's not Silverfang. It's Slitherfang. I thought it was. It is Slitherfang. That's what I said. Slitherfang. I don't have an accent. What are you talking about? A lot of Walmarts I go to don't carry leader class. They carry them here. They're not selling. Nobody's buying it. It's too expensive, man. Hold on. I see Ravage, quick question. If time you plan on ever trying to get Orden from Unique Toys, I'm planning on trying to work on get. Nope, it wouldn't fit in my scale, so I'm not actually planning to look into getting him at all. But he's fantastic. I think if you're interested in him, he's totally worth it. It wouldn't fit for my collection. But I support it. Let's see, I can get a cage and a box trailer. I haven't opened it yet. The MPM Ratchet looks really good. I'm going to try to get it picked up, but it might not transform him. Then what's the point of picking it up? I don't think it looks good though. Like the two-tone green isn't accurate. I don't know. To each their own. If it's all one color, it's good to look at least. If it's two-tone, it's not good. I don't know. I guess we'll see. The green chest is going to change. I guess we'll see. Found your Hotlink stash in sporting goods. Go figure, right? Let's see. And as we go down, it might be a prototype. It might be a prototype, Jillian. And on that note, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I've been on here way too long. We're at an hour and 20. Like, this is too long, man. It's too long to be on here. I got things to do. I'm a busy man. I got things to do for you guys. So I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I know how important it is to you, and I'm so thankful when you come here and share it with me. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can hit the donate link down in the description. You can, of course, visit us on Patreon, where I'm always kind of putting up new things and content and whatnot. You can check out what we offer on Teespring. Don't forget, somehow, some way, each and every single day, you do make a difference. And there's nothing else left to say except I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either right here in the live streams at the stop motion premieres. Remember, we got one coming up on June 12th, or the old-fashioned way, baby, inside the videos.